If I was to say the country name Chile, what is the first thing that pops into your head? For me, it is the country's shape. It has perhaps one of the most instantly recognizable shapes of any country on Earth. It is super long, but also super narrow. The country covers a distance of some 756,000 kilometers squared, making it the 37th largest country on the planet, just larger than Zambia, and just smaller than Turkey. For reference, Chile is around 3 times larger than the country of the UK. As just mentioned, Chile is a super narrow country, in fact on average just 177 kilometers wide. Its widest point is around 350 kilometers, and its most narrow, just 64 kilometers. These numbers are incredibly small, especially when you take into account that the country stretches some 4,300 kilometers in length from top to bottom. For reference, that's a longer distance than the distance between London, England and Baku, Azerbaijan. But does this 4,300 kilometers make Chile the longest country on Earth by its main contagious landmass? Well, a lot of sources say yes, however, when going by a country's extreme north to extreme south, Chile is in fact not the world's longest country. The exact distance between Chile's most northern and southern in point is in fact 4,270 kilometers. But there is actually a country that is found not far from Chile itself, who is actually technically longer. Can you guess which country it is? Looking at a world map, you might think perhaps Argentina or Brazil are longer. If you were to have guessed the latter, then you would be correct. So from Brazil's most northern extreme point to its most southern is a distance of 4,378 kilometers, making it the longest/tallest country on Earth. That is, of course, excluding non-contagious land. I honestly feel like people forget just how big Brazil is. The country is larger than the contagious US by some 500,000 kilometers squared. If Brazil was found further away from the equator, let's say where Canada is found, this is how big it would be. It is the largest country in Latin America, the largest in the southern hemisphere, and in fact nearly 10 times larger than Pakistan. Let's not take anything away from Chile. However, it is only just shorter than Brazil when looking at extreme points. If we were to drop Chile into Western Europe, this is how it would compare. This is how it would look in Central Africa and finally Australia. When it comes to the widest country on Earth, there is, of course, no debate. It is Russia by far. From the country's most contagious western point to its most eastern is a distance of some 10,000 kilometers, so more than the length of Brazil and Chile, combined plus another 1,500 or so kilometers. The drive from Russia's far east to west, let's say Moscow to Vladivostok, would take 5 days of driving. And I don't mean 5 days with breaks, I mean 5 continuous days, or around 119 hours. According to Google Maps, walking would take some 81 days. For more interesting geography content, make sure to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.